Did?
It's going to be one of those days, Michael.
Is it gonna
One
be
of those days. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good Friday morning. You've
Happy
got the
Friday.
Aired Out podcast live from Main Street here in Barrie. And it's nice out. Do you believe it? It's 38
yeah.
degrees right now.
It is.
And it's going to get in the 50s today. That's what they're saying. Mostly cloudy, a high of 54 today. Showers are coming in tonight, rain on and off, and then into tomorrow, unfortunately. But again, in the 50s. It's supposed to be nice all the way until Wednesday. And Wednesday, we may even get real close to the 60-degree mark.
Ooh.
That's pretty messed up after what we just went through on Friday of last week. I mean, come on.
Does that mean there's going to be no snow for me to plow with my four-wheeler?
You may be going mudding instead.
No, they closed the trail, sadly, so I can't go mudding. Although there is somebody that offered me to go up to Washington and go on their property up there. I might.
Well, then why not, right?
It's very
if you
tempting.
Need to. And so now that you have the four-wheeler and this plow, are you going to be one of these guys that's always hoping and wishing for snow like the guys on the snow machines?
Yes.
Oh, for God's sakes. Listen, I watched the video. Your dog is a daredevil. Bosco is crazy.
So Vasco.
He's crazy.
He is crazy, but I will say that it looks way more sketchy. Fast forwarded the way that it is. I go riding with my dog all the time, and he trails me. So he's very familiar with the four-wheeler, and I've had multiple comments saying, hey, your dog looks like I'm about to. No, I'm not going to run him over. One, it's sped up, so it looks like I'm moving faster than I am. And two, my dog is very intelligent and knows when I'm backing up.
Right.
And he runs away when I back up.
I look at it's the same as with a car. I mean, my son's dog on the farm, and he does everything with his tractor and moving vehicles and doing this and that. And the dog knows. He's always chasing him around, but he is always up and out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, he just is used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I just think he's crazy. Like you see him, he's liking it as much as you.
Jumping
and bouncing, and I mean, he was having a great time out there in the snow.
He absolutely loves it when I go four-wheeling. If I turn on my four-wheeler when he's not out there, he starts barking and yelping to come outside.
Yeah, what are you doing without me?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. How dare you?
So cute.
He is. I love him. He's really pain, but
yeah, some of them are. JD calls my dog shitbags. They're Shih Tzus, but he calls them shitbags.
They are.
They're not.
No. I mean, they're Shih Tzu.
Babies.
I mean, there's.
They're little
I probably
dogs.
should have a lap dog, obviously, for someone of my girth. Good morning, Belleville.
They're just little, but I love them to death. They are they're my kids. They're my everything.
Yeah.
Can't imagine life without them. And then, this morning when they were being kind of a pain in the ass and getting laundry out of the bucket faster than I could fold it and running off with it,
Bosco would not do that.
He would not.
He knows better not to do that.
My guys love the socks, and they'll take them out of the little holes in the laundry basket. They'll pull from the opposite side and then run off with them. So I have to chase that stuff around.
He would not do that.
Yeah.
Although he has gotten into the garbage twice. Was not a happy moment when I came home to it. But in defense,
You put something good in there.
I put something good in there, and
Yeah.
and I know, but that's okay. Now I have the when I leave and there's something good in there. He hasn't gotten into it for a while, but I've got one of those little automatically lifting things.
Yes.
And he knows that he can go up to it, put his head over the sensor, and it'll open up. It's really annoying.
Back to the intelligent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty much of a pain sometimes.
So busy week.
Yes.
It's been a busy week with the storm and the cleanup but everything around here looks really great actually.
Yeah.
They had knocked the banks down along the sidewalks prior to, thankfully, because those probably would have been pretty solid even with these warm temps, but everything looks like we're back to normal.
A lot of people complain about the city. It's always the first thing, something's not plowed, there's snow here. We have I think somewhere around 120 total employees. I think there's, and the numbers are wrong, and anybody that's listening, I apologize. But of that, you've got like 20, 40 people that are in public safety, right? So the rest of the people that are your recreation, your clerical work, and streets and water are the rest of that. And that goes to tell you that there's not a lot of people. And of course we're trying to get more people, but considering the work that's done, those few people that are doing it are doing an amazing job.
I sure think so.
Yeah. And anybody that disagrees with me, highly recommend you go down. I'm sure that Nicholas Storelli Castro would allow you to go down and do like a ride along just to see how much, especially during the storms when they're plowing at night. My brother-in-law used to do plowing up in Barrytown, and, he would have the pager and it would ring at 1:00 in the morning. Thankfully for him, he's moved on to where he's not doing that anymore.
Right.
Which he was very happy about.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
And a lot of hours, and I can't imagine. And they miss a lot of time with their families, just like the utility crews. That it's a lot of time away from your family where, you're not sitting down at Christmas dinner is at 1. That doesn't mean that you're going to be there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Christmas, there were times where my brother-in-law couldn't partake of Christmas, because of the snow. But, they do a fantastic job. And if you see any employee from the city, I highly recommend say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it goes a long ways when you do that. It goes a long way.
I will say, I do want to say thank you about something. So as we all know, the earmark came in, and I know you guys were talking about that. And I read the article that somebody did, and the person brought up like people that weren't really involved in it and said thank you to them. But you know who deserves the credit? Obviously Cody. Cody's the one that did everything. Cody Morrison from BADC, Barry Area Development Corp. But Jeff Bergeron was involved in that. Bill Ahern was involved with that.
Yep.
Bobby Lord was involved with that. There were a lot of people that were involved that didn't get any like credit, And Bobby Lord, did anybody know that he went up there? He did like a site tour and gave an estimate, and of course Jeff, who's the person that's in charge of that, and Bill Ahern for the water side of things. There's so people don't understand that
there's a lot of
moving parts.
Yeah.
And Cody was online with the Sanders office like all the time.
I think he did mention that, and I believe Tom said he sent a bunch of thank you emails to each individual person.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Because the same thing, a lot of people were involved and wanted to make sure that everyone got thanks where thanks was due. And so, but it's good that we're including them here out loud so that they know that the rest of us feel the same way.
Yeah. And I see here it's Belleville, right? I can't see from this far away. It's hard work. Was a passenger in the plow truck and so long to sit. Yeah, that's true. In that position, that's certainly not a fun position. Thank you for doing that.
Going on a ride along.
This way, you know what's happening. It's not a glorious job, and it's really not a glorious job when people are like, "Oh, the snow's backed up."
Right. People are.
Which we all do, right? We all complain about it. We just shoveled our driveway and all of a sudden the plow comes through.
Yeah.
And then we have a 3-foot tall mountain to get through. And we all have been there. We all get frustrated. I will say that they used to do that a lot. They did some sort of route change and it doesn't back up as much as it used to at the corner of Hillside and Oliver, which is really nice.
Right. It is.
But for me, I don't care now because I got the snowplow.
Right. You'll just jump on your little buggy and take care of it yourself.
I want to, during the next snowplow, just go up my street and just plow at everybody's driveway. Just
why not? Fun of it. Right? Just for the fun of it.
Exactly.
And they'll all love you.
Oh yeah. No, so that last storm, I drove over to Renita Marshall and Chris Marshall's house and plowed out their driveway. Did my friend's driveway, which is right next to them, Pearl Harriman, and it was a lot of fun.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And even if you, because it's a 4-wheeler, not a big truck, if you can keep the path cleared to the fuel supply to the house, that's huge because most people have to keep a path shoveled.
Yeah.
And so, and which can be a long way sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you can just make one little only as wide as that 4-wheeler, the fuel guy will love you and so will the homeowner that's not trying to shovel the path all that way.
Although I will say in those cases, it will tear up the ground.
Yeah, but not as much as
true.
A truck would. And you can be light on the plow. The plow doesn't have to go down, digging into the grass type.
To find out what the proper...
Oh my gosh. Well, you better take some lessons then.
I did try the whole drive into it and then back out pulling the snow. That did not work.
That did
not work.
No.
It did not work. I tried to scrape. It did not.
We don't want any incidences like you had this summer where you almost flipped things over.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Yeah, we don't need that. So I was wondering, did you see on WCAX that the casting company for the Hallmark channel is looking for movie extras for the next Hallmark Christmas movie film at the Baltimore Estates?
I don't know where the Baltimore Estates are.
I'm just here to tell you.
Good morning, Tim.
Do you think that, we should be expecting JD to go and try to see if he can get his part
as the Christmas elf?
Well, I'm sure that it would be him, he would want to be the guy that swoops in and steals the woman from the guy that she was supposed to marry.
So Hillary Scott says it's Biltmore.
Biltmore.
So I don't know where Biltmore is. If you could drop that in there.
North Carolina, isn't it?
Oh, it is? Then why are we talking about it in Vermont?
Because it's a Christmas movie that JD, they're looking for extras and they're talking about it on.
I thought didn't Weird Al get like yelled at for talking about national stuff?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't.
No,
I don't
JD,
care who gives us
unless
hell about
he's
that.
like the little troll. I mean, the little munchkin.
I was just thinking that this is his chance. I don't care if it's in Texas. Here he goes. They're looking for people.
in Asheville, North Carolina. That's where it is.
Yep,
It's Asheville, North Carolina. Thank you, Hillary.
Yes, thank you. As long as he doesn't wear the outfit that you and I had to.
She is posting the Biltmore website now.
There. Yes, please do.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right, but as long as he does not wear that outfit that you and I had to witness
The
him
one
in.
where, no.
This is why I do not want him being an elf, Michael.
So tomorrow during our Festivus for the rest
He's
of us.
not wearing that.
No, he better not be. I hope he's not. My show is a clean show.
And that outfit is
That
not
is
clean.
not a clean outfit. Yes, we will be showing a picture of his outfit tomorrow, and with the smiley face covering any inappropriate activities.
Yes. Now let's kind of. But I'm gonna mention this to him, and I'm gonna tell him that here's your shot. You're always bitching about it, and how you dread them and you don't like them. No, he hates Hallmark movies.
Oh,
he hates
then
them.
we should absolutely push
right.
him to do it.
He hates them as much as he hates Mariah Carey.
Right? I don't understand why he hates Mariah Carey. You know what's really funny?
It's
JD
the
hates Mariah Carey,
consistency.
but he's got like glitter all over his desk.
I know.
And you know what I've called what it looks like.
You call glitter the herpes of craft.
It's the craft world. Yes, it's herpes of the craft world because it comes
sticks
up
to everything.
It sticks to everything, and once you
it never
you have
goes away.
It's there. I was looking at my floor the other day, and I saw a little sparkly glitter, and I'm
you
like,
know damn well it came from here.
it probably came from here, or 20 years ago when I was going to the raves. Imagine me at a rave.
Well, yeah, why not?
No. No. Although I recently purchased a scanner that allows me to I'm sorry, this is completely off topic, but to scan photos like lickety split. And I came across one where I was relatively thin.
And you were like, hey,
I look pretty good. I bet you I could pull it up. Talk amongst yourselves. Any what?
Any New Year's resolutions now that you've seen this picture? Do you ever go,
No.
oh, maybe.
I probably should. I should definitely. I think I just got diagnosed with hypertension, which is kind of disappointing. So now I've got the, cocktail of epilepsy, diabetes, heartburn, and now hypertension.
Yeah.
I haven't got 5 yet. When I get 5, that's where the real problem is.
No, there's a real problem now. Don't get to 5, dumbass.
Oh, ouch. That just hurts.
Well,
that hurts.
For God's sakes, get on a mission to be healthy.
I know, I should.
You can smoke healthy things on that Traeger, you can smoke asparagus.
I know you can.
It doesn't always have to be ribs.
I do ribs, and
I know.
I love ribs. It's like $4.
Right? How can you fault the guy for that?
Right, and I smoke them with my Brussels sprouts, which everybody hates, and I actually kind of like Brussels sprouts. I'm not overly opposed to them. Oh man, I got it right here. And I want to be able to, I just got to flip it because I got to flip it in order to.
While Michael is looking vigorously through his telephone to find this picture of himself when he may be a tad bit tinier, let's give a shout out to.
Look at that.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh, he's got it.
I've got it.
There you go. I see it. Now, why were you all dressed up? Do you remember?
I was dressed up for a prom, not mine.
Not yours.
I didn't go to my prom. I went to a friend's prom.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good picture.
I know.
How old is it?
18.
It's 18 years old?
Oh, no, that's 20. 24.
Yeah, see, you're
24.
pushing 40. You need to get better.
I'm pushing 43.
Yeah. Yeah, 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better get better.
I know.
Because once you get to 50, it's hard to fix all those things. That's a fact.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We have to give a shout out to Giroux's General Transport, who has a class coming up February 6th. It's filling up fast, but Tracy does have spots left. So check out their Facebook page. Check out the ad that we have on our page. Read through it. See if it's something you would like to do. They offer all kinds of different classes. Get in touch, sign up, and get out there. Have you ever thought about maybe like doing that when you retire or something? You know, like, are you somebody that thinks, oh, maybe I'd like to travel the world someday, and why not make a boatload of money while you're doing it? I could see you up in a big old Mack truck with your dog cruising down the highway.
There was a time that I wanted to do that. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate you telling me that I was handsome. You
were handsome.
I was. I'm not going to lie. Although I didn't have the amazing beard, which
you're going to have to trim that up if you lose any, because you know you're going to want to show your face and stuff.
No, are you kidding me? It's the beard.
No, I'm not kidding you.
It's the beard. You
One
wouldn't
of
want to
these
mess
days,
with the beard.
I'm going to come over when you're sleeping and hack it right off.
Yeah. You want to try that? I dare you to.
That's why you got Vasco.
That is why I got the...
You were worried about people coming over to cut your beard.
I was worried. Legitimately, one of the reasons why I got another dog after the passing of my dog that I had before. I had got her from someone that lived on Quinlan Ave at the time, and it was Raven, and she was just an amazing dog. She was like part German Shepherd, part Golden Retriever, and Chow Chow. And,
oh wow!
I know, it was like amazing. She was very loving and fluffy, and really fluffy,
and really shed hair.
Although I will say that Vasco sheds more than she did, and there's a reason why they call German Shepherds German Shedders. But yeah, she was an amazing dog. I used to walk with her in the parades. Yeah, I really loved her. And then of course she passed away, and
right.
I had to get a new dog because it would be at night and I wouldn't know if somebody's at home or at my house trying to break in. Not that I lived in my place for 30 years and I've never had anybody break in, but
if they're going to, you want to be aware.
I want to know
before they're standing over your head.
Exactly. And now, I mean, Raven would have barked. Vasco would chew someone's face off.
Which is true.
You'd
I mean,
like,
he really would. So, but you did consider traveling all over the place.
Oh, yeah. I that did cross my mind. I almost went for that. I actually can't do it because of the epilepsy.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that they would not allow me to do that, but it is very tempting.
Yeah, and I think there's some rules about diabetes too, insulin dependency, all of that kind of.
Yeah. Well,
all of that.
I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm only on 2 medications.
You're a lucky guy.
Yep.
Yeah. I've gone from 5 injections a day down to 3 though.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
So
that's pretty good. Although my doctor's, she's technically a nurse practitioner, but I call her my doctor. She's trying to get me a Dexcom, which is...
That's what I have.
See, I want one.
The constant monitor.
Right. And this way I can, when I'm looking at that Butterfinger, do I say, oh, well, can I have it? Oh, your sugar's 200. Maybe you shouldn't.
Right.
How about you just not?
Right.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can get that.
I hope so. They denied the insurance denied it last time, and I mean, I suppose I could go pay full price for it with my HSA, but I don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to, because it's not cheap.
Although National Life just did a new program where devices for medical might be covered if it's not covered. Oh, I might consider. Oh, I probably could do that.
Now the wheels
Now
are turning.
I'm thinking this through. I might end up doing it no matter what.
Yeah. I think you would like it. It makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Are you going to watch all the festivities on TV in New York, or are you going out?
So I'm going to go to my friend's house, Ronnie and Kristen Murners, which one of these days I'm hoping to get Ronnie on the show for Barry Beat, because he's a Barrytown. Well, you're a Barrytown person.
Right.
So, but anyway, going to go there, stay. We'll probably watch the ball drop, and then we'll go home. I live a really boring life.
Well,
that's not
at
entirely
least you're
true.
going out and about. I think I'm going to come here in the morning, do this year in review show with
Tomorrow.
you two boys.
Yep. If JD makes it. We
Right.
never know. He's
Right.
kind of
Right.
wishy-washy.
It is 9:00 in the morning on a Saturday.
I know.
And
believe me,
Saturdays are reserved for Mickey Mouse pancakes. I'm just telling you.
for him?
For Lily.
Oh.
He
Well,
always makes Lily breakfast.
Oh.
Yes, so we're kind of stealing him away in the morning, which,
I mean, we could bump it to 10. No?
No, that'll be even worse.
That'll be even worse.
Yes. So, but I think he'll get here. I'm just giving him a hard time. He's actually looking forward to it. And I think he may have a couple of things up his sleeve of things he thinks he's going to,
Spring on me?
spring on us.
I'm not worried. I've got the picture of him in the alpha outfit.
I was going to say, you've got the picture. I've got stories that only probably his wife has. So he won't mess with me. I know one story that is, I swore I would never talk about it until Sherilyn was here with me to talk about it. But someday she's coming in, and wait until you all hear.
So, just so you know, JD has been, with us for quite a while in the central Vermont area.
Yes.
And I talk to a lot of people, and believe me, there's a lot of stories that we could go into. If he starts talking, maybe we'll talk about that one time, and he'll know. And it was on December 30th. And let me tell you, we could go into that story.
December 30th of
a
few years ago.
Several years ago. He knows.
He knows.
Or maybe the time that, he went to his friend's house, that party. Yeah, I know about that too. There's a couple other that, that time you went to the state park's bathroom. We know about that too.
Oh, yes, we do know about that.
Yep. There's quite a few out there.
And what? Did you ever hear about the time he woke up with a man in his bed?
Was there glitter involved? Because that changes the whole comment.
Well,
if
you
there
never
was,
know.
If there was glitter, then there's something scandalous.
Yeah.
If there was no glitter, was it like a brother? I mean,
no, it was not a brother.
Ooh, we'll have to go and dive deep into that one.
Every once in
day.
a while, I say something to him about it, and he'll just laugh like hell. Of course, it was they were both shocked. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Like, what the hell happened? Did we really have that much fun last night? Here we are. It's not as bad as your mind is real. I can see your mind over there like spinning super, super fast. You're going, holy shit. Yeah, I can tell. You should dye your hair that color right there, Michael. Be brave.
If I was going to dye my hair, it would be bright green, the color of my Jeep.
Yeah.
The thought has crossed my mind.
But I'm only kidding. Don't do it.
Although, I have also been recently thinking about dyeing the beard white.
Why would you want to do that? So that you
I could dress up as Santa. They make a lot of money.
Okay. So now you want to profit from Santa?
Yes. What do you want? Oh no. Oh, how sad.
I want to be Santa because they make a lot of money.
I could be, and I could charge double because I could do the balloons too.
Oh,
so I could be the Santa that's blowing up the balloons, and it's all real. So
probably triple because you drive a really cool Jeep that has lights all over it.
Yes, that is true. See, and this is so now.
Do we have to take those off soon?
Yeah, we also have to take the lights off the poles too.
Yes,
which is not.
I have some in my car that came off during the storm that I gotta get. I don't know where they go. I don't know if they go to the partnership or if she would like them brought somewhere else so that they're not all at her office. I would assume she doesn't keep them all there, does she? Does she store them there?
So this is the thing. You know, she basically is all by herself in that building, the Wheelock building, which. For those that, want to know, on Tuesday night, we're going to be discussing whether or not we're going to sell it. I've always been a hard pass. I do not want to sell the building. There's something about it that I just love the building, and I don't want to allow that out of the hands of the city. I think that it's an asset that could be utilized. I understand that it would cost like $200,000 to refab it. We're gonna we
spend that in rent.
We piss away, stuff on whatever. I mean, there's things that we spent $1 million 20 years ago for the Granite Museum. $200,000 to upgrade that little building, which has such historical
connection and meeting here.
So that, and it's a perfect place for the partnership. I mean, it really is. It's like this cute little building on Main Street. It really is the perfect place for the partnership. So selling it is just not something I'm interested in. Which I'm probably going to be by myself on. There might be maybe one or two other people that will vote. But I am not interested in selling it.
So you are a minority when it comes to that building.
Yeah. I would love to hear what other people think.
Well, I'm sure you will.
Tear it down with the rest of that block.
I'm sure you will.
Linda, no.
I'm sure you will here. Well, I think the most people, the rest of that block, basically also meaning, the store. Front.
The
store front.
Yeah, that would be
that looks
something
like
that needs to be torn down.
And has for many years, and it's never going to be anything. So let's just get rid of it. We're talking about the Newberry's building. Just get rid of it because it's never going to be anything. It would take way more than $200,000 to rehab that place.
Oh yeah, that would be. That would just be a new.
Probably
a new
just
thing.
Mold mitigation alone would take that much money.
Well, I think there's a little pond in the bottom, in the basement.
That's what I mean.
But the Wheelock building is not. That's not the case. It just needs some. It needs some love, and that's. I think the number that I heard was about $250,000 for rehabbing that building to make it really usable. But Tracy's there now, and it's working. She's got the storage in the back. The partnership, it works perfect. I mean, it's just a cute little building, and it fits for the partnership. I think it would also fit for BADC. But the problem with that is that, there's some environmental issues in that building. And Tracy deals with those environmental issues, but some people may not have the
desire to do so.
Correct. And there is some like particulates in the air that's a problem. All that stuff would have to be mitigated. But yeah, it'll be an interesting conversation.
What else is coming up on Tuesday?
Well, I did ask for an update on the earmarks, and I think they're going to try to put that into the agenda. I can't remember what else was on there. I don't think there was anything.
I don't know either, because usually I get an email by now.
No, you don't.
On
Not
Fridays from some other counselor that says, this is what's going on. Yes, it's the Friday packet.
It's the Friday packet, but I don't generally send it out until Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, Sunday sometimes.
Monday.
And if I'm really lazy, Monday.
I know. I'm
Sorry. I try my best.
It's called the Friday packet.
It is called the Friday packet.
Right.
I did post the agenda on Facebook, though, which I'm going to try to do more often on the Berry City Community fan page.
And you're running for a school board
for
seat.
School board, yes. So I know that Sarah.
You batted that back and forth
I
lot.
did, but Sarah's stepping down, Tim's stepping down, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go. Now's
the time.
Yeah. I mean, because I like Sarah and I like Tim. I don't know. I just,
Sarah
she's
and Tim
stepping
gonna
down.
maybe carry signs for you? Sarah and Tim say,
Probably
vote Michael?
not. Probably not, but I don't know.
I will.
I've got a flyer with your name on it already.
Oh, okay. Good, because I will. I mean, I think it's great that you've been discussing it for a while, not being on the board, but the issues there and how you feel about them. And so it's great that you're willing to step up and kind of put your money where your mouth is and do what you think you need to do instead of just talk about it.
Right. And we had several of the people that, I think we had all of them actually, that were running for school board on the Berry Beat. And that's what kind of sparked my interest. And then I started going to the meetings. It was very similar to how I started city council.
Right.
And, it was January where I started going to the council meetings. Every council meeting I would go to. And then, I was contemplating running. And at the time it was running against Michael Smith. And I'm like debating, like, why would I run against him? Why do people run against people because they don't like what they're doing.
Right.
But, when Michael Smith was on there, it's like, well, what is he doing wrong?
Right.
And what is Steve McKenzie doing wrong? Nothing. They're not doing anything wrong. And so I just waited. And then in September, Steve stepped down to become city manager. So it worked out perfectly, and I've been in the spot since.
So you are running. Who else is running for school board?
So Sarah Hellman, she's running for school board, and the petitions are not all in. I don't know who else is running. If there's somebody that's going to put in petitions, sometime between now and I think the 23rd. It might be the 30th. I can't remember. So me, Sarah Hellman, Alice Farrell for Berrytown, and Paul Malone for Berrytown as well, which I fully support all three of those individuals. They're really good people. It's really good. I think Sarah and I will be. I like Sarah.
A good
obviously,
younger.
I like Sarah. I mean, she's on the Berry Beat.
Good younger sort of opinion and view, and
I don't know if I'm younger.
Well, you're younger
I'm
than
getting-
Alice and Paul.
True, true.
Definitely.
True. But I'm starting to get old. Like,
Oh, God.
I know. Well,
You don't get to say that to me because
Well,
I'm old.
you're like 10 years
Older.
older than me.
Right, and that's a lot.
it's-
10 years is a lot. I'm here to tell
It's
you.
not that. It's not that much. I think once you get past 40, it just kind of like all blends together until you're like 60, and then it's like
Holy shit.
different time in life, and
Mm-hmm.
So
And then how about city council? There's seats available there.
Yep.
There's a couple,
Yep.
right? Two?
yep. So I know that Teddy's running. He's said that he's running against Rosemary.
Right, because
Averill.
Rosemary
Yep.
Averill is running for his
She's
seat.
running. Yep. She's my cousin. Did you know that?
I learned that throughout just getting to know you both. I learned that, yes, that she is your cousin.
Yeah. I was, like I said, I was
I love
scanning
that
those
lady.
pictures. I know. I love her too. Obviously, I love her.
Yeah.
She's my cousin. And she worked at National Life too. So she's running, and I was talking about, I was looking through some of the pictures that I was scanning, and there's Rosemary at one of our family reunions from years and years ago. It was up in Williamstown. It was a lot of fun. It's just kind of fun to see the old
I
pictures.
love old pictures.
Yeah.
I love them.
But so Rosemary's running. I don't know if Sam Stockwell's running, and I don't know if Shambell is running. Mm-hmm. But I do know that Tina Ruthier's running.
Yes, I heard
And
that. Yeah.
Tim Bolton's also running. Mm-hmm. So
And they too have that same cutoff to
Yep.
submit, like
correct.
the 23rd
We all,
or 30th,
everybody has
whatever.
the same cutoff.
Yep.
Yep.
But the same as the school board, the same around
Yeah,
time.
it's all the same.
Yeah. Well, good. It sounds like it could get a little bit feisty around here because we all know.
It won't get feisty. It never gets feisty.
Michael.
It never gets feisty.
You just said it never gets feisty.
Look at
It
that.
gets feisty around here.
Linda Kuchar, you are correct. We need people who will work together. Barrytown has a petition going to separate from the BUSD. Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's just talk about that. No. And you know why? It ain't happening. You can petition all you want until the cows come home singing their glorious songs. It's never going to happen. Okay? In order to do that, and people are going to get really angry about this, and the comments are going to blow up, and that's okay. I don't really care. The fact is, it's not happening. You cannot do it. You first... This is the steps that you have to go.
There have been schools that have tried.
Yes, there's steps, and everybody's like,
one that has succeeded.
Stowe. Yeah, keep saying it because it makes a lot of sense. So this is what would have to happen in Barry City, in Barrytown. One, you have to do the petition, which I think both communities have to support that. I might be wrong, but it's BUUSD as a district, so I think both have to support it. Two, you have to get sign off from the Department of Education, who forced us to marry. It's like, you will be together.
Right.
All right. And then on top of that, you're going to have to explain the reason why Barrytown should not be part of the BUSD because of the school, the Spalding High School. And it just doesn't work that way because Barrytown isn't, and everybody's like, well, we'll be able to go to vouchers. No, you won't. You're not going to be able to go to vouchers. The only school that can handle the Barrytown students is Spalding High School. And tell me how Department of Education is going to look at that and say, well, you can go to vouchers. You can't, and you can't merge with Williamstown. They don't have the space for it. So keep on going down that route, folks, and just spin your wheels. I'll sit back and watch it and laugh my ass off.
Well, and mostly, a lot of people that I have talked to about it, and I've talked to people that are very strong on both sides of that whole thing.
And I know people that are very strong.
And a lot
about
of people, and I love those, all of them.
Oh, yeah.
And truthfully, I don't have an opinion either way at the moment. I have not really decided
Give
how
me
I
5
feel about
minutes.
the whole thing. And that's what it would take for me. It would take listening to people really sit down and talk about the pros and cons of both ways. But we know it's been tried in other places to separate once that marriage happens, and it's not. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just not. It's not.
Yeah.
And do we want to take time, valuable time, to try to do that, or do we want to take that valuable time and try to fix what we have?
Right. And that's the thing, right? Instead of spinning our wheels on that, let's fix the problem that we have if there's a problem. Mm-hmm. And the desire to separate. Yeah, there is. Yeah. I was trying to leave the out.
Right.
But I agree. Let's fix the problem versus, let's separate, which is going to take, you're going to spend more time spinning your wheels on separating. And with all due respect, Josh, you can say there's a path all you want and sit there and yell about it all you want. It's not the case. Mm-hmm. There's a path to a dead road, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. People
where there could be a better path forward. Right. Yeah. There really could be.
Let me tell you something. You're going to get a lot of hates on this.
It's okay.
Right,
I mean,
comment.
that's what I mean.
Linda,
that's
you're
what
on
happens
board, right?
sometimes anyways. That's what happens sometimes. It's a subject that people are very, very passionate about on both sides.
Right.
And so we have to be understanding of that it's just like anything else in politics. There are people that are real strong on this side and real people that are and there's got to be a way to meet in the middle somewhere, somehow.
The idea of joining up the school districts wasn't something that I really cared that much about. Mm-hmm. We didn't have an option. Mm-hmm. When I supported it, it was because it was going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. And I looked at it from the perspective of this is going to happen, so we might as well do it and collect the $6 million, marriage endowment that was going to happen. And unfortunately, it just dragged on and on and on, and then we lost that money. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate.
And hopefully
wonder how that would affect people's tax rates if we had $6 million in the bank.
Right, exactly. Wouldn't that be nice? and hopefully with new members on the board, hopefully that things can start to change and develop differently than what they have in the last 2 or 3 years, which the last 2 or 3 years has been really shitty for everyone for many different reasons. And I think that we all, many different things in life have been a brighter focus on them. Even, addiction, mental health, housing, all of these crises that we've actually probably been in for 10 years or more are more highlighted because we all had the moment to see them. During COVID, we all were just kind of still. And that stillness brought a ton of light for a lot of things.
Yeah. So I have to make a comment on this. So Josh writes, respectfully, Michael, you don't know what you're talking about. I'd be willing to educate you. You know what?
The $6 million?
It was $6 million. No, it wasn't the surplus there, buddy. So, but you may not know because you weren't paying attention or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the fact is that I do know, and you don't need to educate me in. You know what? In 5 years, let's have another conversation, and I will be correct, and you will be incorrect.
Right.
And believe me, I will make sure that I say it over and over again.
Oh my!
I will bring it up multiple times.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe in 5 years we'll be the Barry Town children and the Barry City children will be together, and we'd look back and say, what's going on here?
Right. Quite frankly, I think it's sad that division even is a part of our kids' world. We always talk about, that we want to be more inclusive and, that's not inclusive. That's saying your kids are not as good as my kids and your community isn't as good as my community and ew.
Yeah.
And that's not okay with
There's
me.
a lot of that. There's definitely a lot
and
of
then
that.
in the next sentence, be totally pissed off because there's some kid bullying your kid. I wonder if maybe possibly they've been hearing at home what a dirtbag your kid is. That's pretty much how it gets said.
So
that's how it gets said.
I do have to say that although I support like the merge that we have, I would far more support what we had 30 years ago, which is the local schools. There was more parental involvement there. I mean, if we go back to those smaller schools,
they cost too much money.
They do cost a lot more money.
Yeah.
Although I don't
maintaining
know,
all those little buildings.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that was I personally believe that I just read Linda's comment and I'm very interested in that comment. But you'll have to message me and let me know.
I agree.
But the smaller schools I think are way better. They're far more connected to the community. But where we are now, it might as well just be one.
Well, and there are other models.
Unless we're going to go back.
There are other models. Look at Cabot. Cabot has their one campus, but they have a bunch of little buildings. Like when you're in Cabot, if you walk from one building to the next to go to gym, to some classes, to trade, to do your English and math in one building and your science and history in another. And there's different, it's like a campus and they're all there, but that may not work here because there's so many kids. I mean, Cabot's pretty small, but
yeah, there is obviously a lot.
There
of
are
kids.
paths forward that don't necessarily mean we continually try to pit one against the other. And now we're teaching our kids that, which is totally insane to me.
I mean,
and nothing that I want. If I had grandkids or little kids, I would constantly be telling, if I lived in Barrytown, I would be kicking their ass if they thought they were better than some kid in Berry City. I just think that's a horrible thing to.
That riff.
That's a bad message to.
Really far back.
It does,
right?
but it's a bad message to send.
Goes back to when the Berry City separated from Barrytown kids because they didn't want the farmers there. I mean, that's the whole reason why we have a separate municipality.
But I thought we were moving forward.
I know. No, I know. Right. We are moving forward, but that's the whole reason why according to what I read from, I think it was in one of the books from Russell Belding, that one of the reasons why they did that was why there was a separation was because of the school district. That's what it sounded like. And maybe I'm wrong. And if he's listening, he can correct me. But I mean, that was 1800s. Nobody knows what was really going on.
Nobody knows what happened. It could be. Yeah.
Could be anything.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? But it's just not a good place to be. And we're supposed to be moving forward. And I don't know a lot about what is happening. I don't have children. And I was being a lot more present in the school board stuff. And maybe I should start being a lot more present in it again.
Well,
so
everybody
I further understand. I kind of backed out a little bit because it got a little bit, But I would hope that we could invest as much time into a path forward that we did in trying to divide ourselves. That's what I would hope.
You know, at the end of the day, when you're writing someone or writing an address down for you or writing an address for someone else,
they all say Barry.
It says Barry. Mm-hmm. So just going to make that comment. You know, we don't ever, the only time that I do Barry City is when I'm ordering Domino's, because there's a hillside in Barry, East Barry.
Right. Yeah. So it's unfortunate, and I hope that we move in a really good direction. I hope we get some new people on the seats, and things start moving in a better direction than what we've been doing now.
There's the people
I have faith in that.
Absolutely. The people that, I mean, you know, there's the people that I see that are running for school board are not running for that. And again, you know, I do want to make it clear, people that want to separate, I mean, I will judge Josh, but because he's just, that's Josh.
It's you guys.
But, you know, there are people that really feel strong about that and how they want, you know, Barrytown to be separate from Barry City and Barry City from the town. And they can do that. The wonderful thing about our government is that you can always ask for something.
Right.
You have the right to do that. I'm just saying, for me, it's one of those things that I look at the cards, and the cards are there. There's nowhere in the deck does it look like you're going to get that hand. But hey, you know what? Maybe you can bluff your way through it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully nobody tries to do that, and we can just move forward.
Yeah.
But anyways, we have a lot going on this weekend. So Cornerstone, they are offering an incredible menu, drink specials, all of that New Year's Eve. Make your reservations like now. Or call and make those reservations.
You can go onto their website and you can order stuff on there, and that's what I do. And
for New Year's. I'm talking about New Year's Eve. They're doing a New Year's Eve menu over there. I'm sure. Well, I don't know. I do know that you can order online. Yes, you can order online. Any day you can do that. Yeah. Any day that they're open, you can order online, get takeout from there, with the exception of $5 burger. The $5 burger is a dine-in only special that the Cornerstone has, as it should be, and it's amazing. Burger, fries for $5. Come on. That's a no-brainer.
That's pretty good.
And so, but anyways, they have an amazing New Year's menu up. It's on our page. It's on their Facebook page. And to call for reservations, it's 802-476-2121.
What's on the menu?
Call and do it now. Well, I can't, unfortunately. I can't talk to you and pull it up. Do you want to tell people what is on the menu?
I do not know what's on the menu, but I do know that
you go right for it.
Oh, okay. I see why you can't.
I'm having a little trouble with my eyes, people.
So we've got smoked Gouda, arancini. We've got a shrimp cocktail. These are appetizers. Oh, well, I got that right in my face so people can't see my beautiful face as I'm reading. Poached pear salad, miniature baked brie, and then entrees. They have brown butter scallops. That actually sounds really yummy. I wonder if it's the big one or the small ones.
I don't know.
Apples and rosemary stuffed pork loin.
That sounds good to me,
braised beef, mushroom risotto, and prime rib. Can you call them and ask them if the brown butter scallops are the big ones or the small ones?
We can. We'll dial them up
now? I don't know what their phone number is. Okay, Google.
I just told you what their phone number was, but you weren't listening to me.
Barry, Vermont.
802-476-2121.
Calling Cornerstone Pub and Kitchen.
See, Google knows. I don't know. Can people hear this? They probably can't hear this. Can everybody hear that online? Okay. Well, I don't know if they're open this early. I'm willing to bet you they're not.
No, well, if they're prepping, but
Yeah.
they probably do not answer the phone. But we will find that out and post it
Yes.
up, right?
Yes, please do that.
And then we have the pub in Williamstown is serving an all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet on New Year's Day, 8 to 11. It's their loaded Bloody Marys, mimosas, and then French toast, pancakes, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, sausage, bacon, gravy and biscuits, sausage, gravy and biscuits, muffins, donuts, hash browns, hash fries, you name it. They've got it. Yeah. Breakfast buffet on New Year's Day over at the pub in Williamstown. So we've got that. We have Gusto's. They are DJ LaFountain is going to be there. All kinds of festivities, great drinks, great food going over there on New Year's Eve. So lots of things to do this weekend. Keep your eyes peeled on the page, and mostly be safe.
Yes.
Be safe.
I feel like
Don't drink and drive. If you need a ride, say so. I've gone and got people 2 or 3 years in a row and brought them home because, I'm still just drinking coffee at midnight. But because I'm old like that. But
I'm a
yes,
teetotaler, so I
please
get it.
Be safe. Don't drink or drive, and drink and drive. You can drink or drive, but you can't drink and drive. And call somebody or bring somebody that's going to be your designated driver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? And Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes,
and join
absolutely.
us tomorrow at 9 a.m. We will be
On the
live
Barry
on the
Beat
Barry
podcast.
Beat.
So it's facebook.com/Barry Beat
Right.
podcast.
We're going to put that link up for
Or-
you.
I think it's, if you search for it in YouTube, it's also there.
Mm-hmm.
But I almost think it's youtube.com at Barry Beat podcast, or it's /Barry Beat podcast. I'm not really sure which one it is, but it is on Facebook, so
Nice.
you can go there.
Yes. So check it out. Be with us at 9 o'clock in the morning. Remember that on the page is also the schedule for the library, the auditorium, the gym, and the BOR for skating. And so check it out to see what you can do as a family over the weekend. And as JD says, there's always the movies where you can go enjoy. I think, is it Avatar that's coming now? I have not paid attention. I would have to look again. Those two are all up. And go watch a movie. Go to the movies, have popcorn smothered in Cabot butter.
Yep.
Yep.
Or download or take a subscription to Peacock and watch Yellowstone.
Yes. So before we go, speaking of Yellowstone, we have to say a very happy birthday to Karen Lozon.
Oh, is it her birthday?
It's her birthday today.
Should we sing?
You sing. I don't sing. You sing.
Well, you know what? I could do the special happy birthday song, which
Well, you should.
I wouldn't do
It's
that
Karen.
live on air.
Oh,
I
come
wouldn't do that.
on.
I
It's
wouldn't
Karen.
No,
She
I
will
wouldn't-
love it.
I would do it. I would do it in person.
Can we
but-
drive up there when we're done?
No, because you'd stream it.
You can knock on the door. And, yeah. Come on.
No.
All right. Whatever.
I've done the special.
We'll sing to her.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you.
Great job.
That's
and then
terrible.
also to Susan Kelly,
Oh,
owner of Snack Shack
Yep.
right here in Barrie, and my Uncle Hank.
well,
Happy birthday
to both of you.
Those are the only birthdays that I know for today because they are on my birthday list. So if you know of more birthdays, you can please post them up, and we will do one big happy birthday post. But
I think it's Daniel Jolly's birthday.
whose?
Daniel Jolly?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, happy birthday to them right after Christmas. I'm sorry that you've had to live your whole life with your birthday that close to Christmas so that you get gypped. That's what I've heard. You get gypped. So
Yeah, Daniel Jolly, Edith Sayer. Oh, wait a minute. You know who else is?
who?
Shannon Alexander.
Well, happy birthday, Shannon.
Yeah, I think that's her birthday. And Stefano Coppola.
Happy birthday. Look at all of them.
I know.
So-
well, JD knows all the birthdays because he's got 1,000 friends because he's a friend whore.
He is a friend whore. Yeah. I agree. He's yeah. We won't go there. We
I
won't.
think he's got 2,000, doesn't he?
Oh no, he's maxed out on his friends on the JD page.
Is he?
Oh yeah, he has to delete some so that new people, and he just tells them to go to air it out now, because there's so many. But anyways, take care, be well, have fun, stay safe. Decent weather all the way through till Wednesday, in the 50s, warm. The snowman contest is really sucking at the moment, so you're going to have to just make them and be creative. I do have a few entries. We'll be choosing Tuesday morning, and but be creative. If you make them out of marshmallows over the weekend with your kids, I don't care. Post them up there. Be creative and get me some snowman pictures for the contest.
Speaking about contests, who won the
We
the
did.
storefront?
We did. I was so excited. Yeah, the whole Main Street. I've told you before. The whole Main Street was absolutely beautiful. Of course, I really loved it this year. There was something about it magical, and especially if it was snowing. But I was very happy and very proud that we won that. Because I put a lot of thought into what was going to happen over there. And everybody keeps telling me, especially Heather, that it's the cookies that won the show. Because everybody just loved the fact that there was cookies in there. You know, there was cookies in there for Santa.
Are those real cookies?
Yes, they're real cookies that have been sitting there for since I decorated the window for a month.
Oh,
I bet you JD eats them. $10. You want $10 on that? Well, tomorrow we'll put the plate
no,
in front of
because I
him
don't
in the
wanna
morning.
lose-
We'll put the plate in front of him in the morning. I bet he'll eat those
I don't
cookies.
want to lose money, so
Yeah, no
I'm not gonna.
problem.
Although I really think, so maybe we should do that
And not tell him until
Not tell
after.
him. And
He wouldn't care.
You don't think so?
No,
I wonder if he would get sick from it.
you can't get sick from stale cookies.
I feel like you can.
Oh my gosh, they're not raw.
I know,
They're
but
just-
I feel like
Listen,
a month-old cookie
they came from the
might make
dollar
you
store.
sick.
They were probably a month old anyways. They were probably past their due,
I mean, I don't think you can get sick from a French fry from McDonald's after a year. Because it looks the same as it did when you first took it out of the package. When it's in the, when you're cleaning it out of your
Michael,
car.
that is just gross.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Have a good day, everyone. See you in the morning.